Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday, September 21st. Hope you all had a good day yesterday. Oh. Let's crack into some news here to start things off. We have 9 a.m. existing home sales, 9:30. This is all CST, by the way. 9:30 EIA petroleum status report, 1 p.m. FOMC announcement, and 1:30 Federal Chair press conference. So today should be very interesting, to say the least. This show is for entertainment purposes only. It's not investment advice. Yada yada. Let's take a look at our higher time frame here. Get rid of that down for you. So let's see here. We've got the UB here. This is the Globex session, so it's a full volume profile for 24-hour periods. This is what's been accumulating overnight. As you can see, yesterday we did a little exploring up here, but our value area and point of control was down at the lower end of things. And at present, we're sort of hovering around this high value area. Take a peek over here at the ZB 30-year. Again, value area and POC way down at the low end of things. I believe these are multi-year lows for these products. Let's see, we've been ranging around right up in here in the overnight session. ZN. Similar type of thing. Overnight point of control is right up here in this sort of valley. And we are hovering right down here at the value area high from yesterday's volume profile. Let's check this out here. This is the 5-year. Widen it up a bit. And I mentioned yesterday too, if you guys have any, any metrics or charts that you want me to add to this analysis, please just let me know. Happy to make this better for everybody. Let's see what else we got. Let's take a look at, here's the 2-year. And the 2 years clearly just look at all this, all these contracts that have traded down right here at the 103.060 area. Okay, let's take a look at our TPOs from yesterday. The Ultra Bond. Okay, so the white line here is going to be our price line. As you can see, we are opening. We're going to be opening in about 18 minutes, and at the moment we are at the very high end of the range and out of value. Looking above, we've got areas of interest 142.25 as a value area low. There's also this POC here from a couple days ago at 142.30. And we got a naked point of control from September 19th here at 143.09. And the value area high, 143.17. Those are all interesting numbers to watch. Unless, of course, we fall through the bottom, in which case there's absolutely nothing to reference because there ain't nothing down there. Let's take a look at the 30-year right here. Let's see, we are at the very high end of the range from yesterday. So just not too far away from value area low from yesterday at 130.21. We've got the yesterday's POC here at 131. Can't even read that. 131.01, I guess. And value area high right up there at 131.05. Similar story. If we happen to cross this value area low line right around the open, it's possible that it could head up towards that POC or towards the value area high before turning around or continuing up. Let's take a look at the 10-year. Widen this up just a touch. 10-year, we are opening in range and pretty much in value, right at the very high end of the value area. There's quite a little bit of space here before we get to the next profile from prior day. So if we do shoot up past here, looks like there's an area also looking at the composite chart over here. There's not a lot of contracts that traded from 114.050 to 114.085 when we get this little high value area right here. And that's right before we tap into the value area low from the 19th, as well as the POC at 114.130. Let's take a look at the 5 year. 5 year, we are going to be opening in barely in value. Sorry, barely in range, and the moment we are over value, higher than value rather. Similar thing, we got some space up here, but not as much as the, back it up right there. See on the 10 year, there's this wide open space right here. That is actually pretty interesting. Just noting that. And let's see, the 5 year, as you can see, the 5 year, although we're sort of in the similar area on the TPO chart, there's there's a lot of thicker TPO from a couple days ago, just above us. Let's take a look at the 2 year. And I haven't really been trading the 2 year just because I don't have room for it on my screen. So, but I'm still monitoring it. Let's see here. The profiles for this product are so different. They're just such, the range is so much more narrow. Looks like we are pretty much right hovering around where the POC from yesterday's TPO. So with this product, we are going to be opening in range and in value, pretty much right at the utmost value, the POC. Let's take a look at the overnight VWAPs here. All right, so this is VWAPs created. It's a full session VWAP. I'll switch these over to regular trading hour session before the open. Just gives us a general idea of where we've been. So we are about 6:21, 6:30 p.m. We shoot above VWAP, bounce down. A little bit of a retest here at this time. We shot up to the first deviation, shot up through the second deviation at 1 in the morning. Very volatile spike there as it was wiggling around. Then it continued higher, then back down lower through the first deviation down at the VWAP. And just kind of playing around that first deviation. We went back to the VWAP. More volatility between the VWAP and the first deviation band. And at the moment, we're sort of right up back towards the higher end of that area between the VWAP and the first deviation. All right, let's take a look at the ZB. Similar, although at 5:45, the 30-year took a tumble underneath the VWAP, which is unlike the 30-year. So that's interesting. And it looks like the VWAP is actually sloping downwards here in the 30-year. That'll be interesting to watch. Let's take a look here at the 10-year down in the lower left-hand corner. Let's see. Broke above the VWAP, came down here about 10 o'clock at night. We were underneath the VWAP, hit that first deviation band, right back up to VWAP. The orange line you see here is the VWAP from a couple days ago. Wow, look at that. We spiked way up to the second deviation about 1:30 in the morning, then sharp rejection way down, all the way down, and right down to yesterday's VWAP, the VWAP from yesterday. Then we shot back up through VWAP to the first deviation. Excuse me. So ZN very volatile overnight. Came down here about 4:30 in the morning, hit the VWAP, rejected. More back and forth action, back down to the first dev, and then back up to the VWAP, where we still appear to have the VWAP slanted down. Excuse me. Over here in the 5-year, we've got, let's see, we started out the evening underneath the VWAP, pushed up through about 1 o'clock in the morning. Similar kind of extreme spike here. Like just in a matter of minutes, it went from the VWAP up to the first dev and then all the way back down. Again, more intense volatility here at 136. Shot way down. And then back up here, first deviation. Okay, 4:20 in the morning, we dropped down through the VWAP, back up there about 4:45. Came down to the first deviation, explored all the way down to the second deviation. Right back up to VWAP and back down. So the 5-year also showing a lot of volatility. Let's check out yesterday's opening range chart here. And first, before I do that, I'm going to pop into the relative chart here. So this is all 4 products. We've got the ZB in magenta, this is UB in magenta, the ZB in yellow, ZN in blue, ZF in green, and the 2-year in orange. So this is just a map of how everything looks like when you throw it all on the same plot here. So as you can see, the 30 and the Ultra are kind of in lockstep here. The yellow and the and the magenta are just sort of hugging each other. So that's a good thing to note. All right, let's take a look. Here's our opening range from yesterday. So what we've got here is the first 5 minutes bracketed by the color of the product that I use. So Ultra Bond up here, 30, 10-year, and 5. As you can see, the Ultra opened up, wiggled around inside of its opening range here for a while. Eventually broke down through here, came back up and retested before pushing downwards. 9:55 a.m. it rotated back up, back inside its opening range where it just marched steadily higher, broke through the opening range, broke through the A up. When I say A up, I'm referring to Mark Fisher's strategy, which is pretty cool. Been checking it out just recently, but I kind of dig it. Crossed through the A up, boom, crossed through the C up, continued onward from there. Then 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we tumbled right back down to the opening range high. 30-year, let's see, we wobbled around inside the range, came down through, hit the A down, back up to the opening range low, all the way down to the C down. At 10 o'clock, we worked our way back up into the range, stair-stepping up, broke through the range, broke through the A up, all the way up to the C up, and then some. And then at 1 o'clock, we came right back down to the opening range high. 10-year, danced around inside the opening range, dropped down below, hit the A down to C down, back up to the opening range low, before shooting way, way, way down. That was a nice move there, beginning at 9:30. Then at 9:55, started climbing our way back up, hit the opening range low, did a little bit of wobbling, eventually started to charge up through the opening range, but never really made it up above it significantly. At 1 o'clock, we dropped back down to the opening range low, where we wobbled a little bit just below it for the close. Let's see, the ZF shot up above the opening range for a little bit there at 7:50, back down to opening range low, hit the A down, way back up to the about 75% up through the opening range. Then we shot down through the opening range low, hit the A down, hit the C down, went another 7-8 ticks or so, back up to the opening range low, did a little bit of a rejection, bouncing off the low once again before heading up to the opening range high. Shot up above it, but not by much, wiggled around a little bit. Then around 1 o'clock, had a similar downturn where we hit back to the opening range low, and that was yesterday. So a lot of profit opportunities. This sort of skeletal structure of the A up and the C down has been really helpful for me. Let's see. What else have we got here? Let's take a look at our tick charts. These are 124 tick charts. I've got a 100-period moving average plotted here. And the up and down, the little dotted lines that you see here are just plotted whenever the price crosses the 100 moving average. It uses to keep me out of trades when things are congested. So you can see all this activity here just looks like all this fuzz. I prefer to get involved when there's something like this. So we crossed above the 100, and look at all this empty space you see here. That's a nice trading opportunity for the trend trading. Because these congested areas are good for range trading if that's your thing. Let's see where we are at. So take a look at that 1 o'clock. We shot up. We're going around up here. Hit down to the 100-period moving average about 4:52 a.m. where we've just been kind of bouncing around. Presently slightly above the 100-period moving average, but the linear regression channel is slightly angled down. Let's see, the ZB, we are presently above the 100-period moving average with a sort of flat slope, slightly upward leaning, and the linear regression channel in the 30-year is slightly pointed up. 10-year, this is just on the move to the upside at the moment. Linear regression channel, got a pretty good steep angle. We're above the 100-period moving average. Yeah. That's about all I got to say about that. Let's see, 5-year. A lot of congestion here at the 100-period moving average between 6:37 a.m. and 6:59. which again, this is a tick chart, so you'll see the activity here. It's not time based, and I do have it set to Heikinashi, so it makes it easier to stay in a trend. One of my challenges I've been working on is learning how to stay in a trend and maximize my profits. But in this volatile market, I've also been quick to close my profits and happy to hold on to that. You never know when it's going to do a 180 and turn against you. So, quick little check of our footprints over here. This is the Ultra Bond, the 30, the 10, and the 5. And again, we are just, this is yesterday's TPO in the upper left of the Ultra. You can see where we shot up above, down. We're just getting close to that value. We're in between yesterday's value area high and yesterday's POC. Totally in range and value. CB. And let's do our DOMs. Take a look at the price ladder, which is pretty much where I keep most of my attention focused for the entries and exits, and just to see what's going on here. We are pushing right up to our overnight high here in the Ultra and the 30. We may actually extend that opening range high. I'd already marked that up. We're 4 minutes away from open, so looks like we're plotting, pushing up nicely. Let's just take a peek up and see if we have anything, any pronounced areas jutting out. Not in the Ultra. Take a look in the 30. We are about 4 minutes away from the open. Okay, in the 30-year, down at 129.14, we've got a liquidity pool, 713 contracts waiting down there. That could act as the basement floor should we go down that direction. Looking up at the ZN, I'm seeing a huge guy right up here at 114.240. 2,580 contracts up there. Could act as a ceiling if we make our way up there. Not going to mark any of those. ZF. We got 417 up at 109.045. Just going to mark that. And looking down below, nothing, not seeing anything down there. All right. Last thing to take a look at here is just the 1 minute, the one range chart, which I've been just exploring for a couple days, but I actually really dig it. It only moves if price goes up by a level. So it takes away all the noise, all the time. You just see when price goes up or down. It's helping to give me sort of a idea of the characteristics of the product and exactly how it wiggles when it wiggles. I'm going to take you back over here to, this is supply and demand, 30-minute charts. This is the Ultra Bond. Looks like we are bouncing off this little area right down here. 30-year, 10-year, and the 5-year. So we've all got supply down below, and then we're going to find out if we're going to go back down and revisit that or if we keep on shooting up. Pop us back to our news here. Take us to the, just kind of where we're going to be watching everything. All right, here we go. Here's our news. Just to recap, we've got 9 a.m. existing home sales, 9:30 petroleum status, FOMC at 1 p.m. Suggest to be flat for that. I've only gotten my ass ripped on FOMC days before, so I stay out during the announce. Just going to watch it. 1:30 p.m. Federal Chair press conference. All right, and that will do it, folks. Wish you a happy trading day. 2 minutes till the open. Enjoy your day, and once again, please feel free to let me know if you have any suggestions for things to add to this analysis, and I will see you later.